Alabama, Georgia getting ready to play in the SEC championship game. Obviously a trophy on the line there at Mercedes Benz Stadium. Perhaps a berth for Alabama in the national championship playoff. Certainly a berth if Georgia wins the championship playoff. And if Georgia is going to win, Lance Taylor, these are going to be some keys. Let's start with two of their biggest offensive playmakers who have barely been on the field together this year. Lad McConkey and tight end Brock Bowers. How healthy are they? Neither one of them played against Georgia Tech.
Yeah, I don't think Kirby Smart would admit this, but I think the reason they didn't play against Georgia Tech is they knew they could beat Georgia Tech without McConkey and Bowers. That's not the case for Alabama. So I think every day that they got to recoup a little bit, I think helps them. And I don't expect them to be 100%, but those guys are going to be key. We saw Bowers just in 2021 alone gave Alabama fits as a true freshman, and when healthy, best player on the field.
Yeah, and they have basically not been on the field together healthy all year. I think only 2 full games where they were both healthy and on the field at the same time. Carson Beck. Now, you say the same thing about Jalen Milroe. This is the first really big stage for Carson Beck. How does he react to that?
Well, you know, this is a guy that's a redshirt junior, so he's got a lot of experience as far as being in the system, not necessarily the reps on the field. But when you watch him play, Carson Beck is more talented than Stetson Bennett ever was. But this is the best defense by far that Carson Beck has faced, and on this stage, a little bit different. So if he turns the football over once or twice, that could be huge.
And then Kirby Smart, the student, versus Nick Saban, the teacher. This is one of these that has benefited Alabama. Kirby's only got the 1 win against Nick Saban.
Yeah, so how many wins is it on the fly? I think it's 4-1, I think.
Something like that.
Something like that. And, you know, these have been really tight games.
Yeah.
And this will be the second time that Kirby's actually been favored in this game. And we saw what happened last time in 2021. Nick Saban won the game outright. You know, I think there is something to Kirby Smart versus Nick Saban.
I will say that 1 win for Kirby was a pretty big win. So you maybe get some extra points for that.
One of those wins for Nick Saban, pretty big win too.
That's right. That just evens out. All right, it's Alabama and Georgia playing for the SEC championship. Mercedes Benz Stadium coming up Saturday.